Hi everyone, welcome back to Madam Bonsai channel. Today we work with some really simple tree, Fuchsia. So a lot of people love this because they flower right through the year. This is already set as an over rocks. Been sitting here, so today I wanted to take it out, give it a quick style, then get it into the bonsai pot for us to enjoy. And then we'll see. There you go. I tried to find a pot for this one here, so I'm going to get the tree out first. David make me work at where I don't normally work, so everything else is out of place, but we'll make it work. Oops. So that already kind of set over rock, so we'll find a pot for it. None of this is right, David. Okay, I'm going to prep the tree first and worry about the pot soon. Same thing, everyone, just get or remove the soil that it been there. It's not much soil on this one. It is try to set for over rocks. So if you see now, the tree already bond to the rocks. Beautiful. So what you do with this now is you just clean everything out, give it a different soil, of course, and then you can wash these out or you just clean it. They really love the heat. So now is summer in Australia. If you work with this tree, now you don't have to worry you stress the tree out at all. But if you happen to do it in other season like winter, spring, just keep the tree under the shade or protection from the wind for a few weeks, as I always mention. All I'm doing now is, David, just only remove all the root that is not showing, all this baby one. Just clean it right up so it can show the root too, the rocks, to see which one even not bond to the rock yet, just remove them. So we can show a little bit of rocks too. When you put this out and the moss and all that will grow back onto it, it'll look crazy beautiful. I'll show you how to do over rocks soon. So hopefully I can set one after these, just to see how to make it that it bond like this after. This is when? A year ago. Fuchsia, they grow really quick on the root too, so you can set a over rock quite quick. That pretty much clean now. The pot is a bit trickier now. I didn't realize the rock is actually quite flat. So I might have to change my idea with the pot at the moment, but just the idea of cleaning this out first. And then we will start a tree together. It's actually not a bad pot at all. Drain nets as usual. Prepping the pot is the same with everything else. Just get a net to stop the soil to go down. The drain hoses do a few things though. It's like creating the oxygen for the roots. Also the drainage for the tree too. Just make sure that you secure them correctly. This pot is not a really nice pot, that it doesn't have the wire hole. So what I have to do now is to just hooked on together with this and secured it outside. If you want to see how I work with all these, there is a video already existing for how to wire tree, bonsai tree, I think, or some. If you search all Madam Bonsai, there is a video that I tell you how to do all this very simple. But as it is, so no hole, extra hole for you to do the net. All you have to do is that, so you can secure your tree down a bit better. That's it. When you prep the pot, we're going to get the soil in. So just pick a little soil, put it in first, and then you will set your trees in. Have a look at this, everyone. David actually print this for me through a 3D so I can work with all these small pots. So originally what Madam Bonsai used her hand, one of these. Now today I got something like this. Nice. Thanks, Dave. And then you set the trees in. You pick your angle that you want, but later on we might do a little semi-cascade for this tree. I think it'll be really good too. It's over rock, so you enjoy the root more than it is anything. Later on I will wash this tree out and you guys can see the root. Really, really cool. I'm not so crazily happy with the pot, but 80% I'm okay. To tie an over rock down, it always look a little bit ugly, but in time, say 6 months later, you can remove this wire when it's set to the pot, so you don't have to see this, but in the meantime, we just have to see a little bit ugly of the wire, I guess. Same thing, use any of pair of pliers, secure the tree down. Try to hide it as much as you can so it doesn't look too ugly. Don't copy me today with this secateur. It's an old one. It's nearly 20 years, and I'm going to use this for root cutting, and I use a new one for brand cutter. It's really sharp still, but it just gets a bit old, so I just like to change that. So when it's in, we're going to get more soil in it. Does it fit your soil in? Oh, David, this thing make my life so easy. So easy to fit into the small pot. Maybe you can print some more so I can give it to my customer. He's gonna kill me if he does that, I think. Back of your tool. Now when you over rock, it means you're losing all the space because of the rocks. When you fit the soil in, carefully fit all around where they got room for the soil. You can have it into that bigger pot, but you know Anne by now, she always like the pot just right. It means take your time to fit all the soil in to all the gap. Use a chopstick for this one is good, but right now I'm just same habit. It's like you go cooking in someone else's kitchens. It's not easy. It makes me work in the garden now, so I have to train myself to learn how to adapt with everything. So comfortable with where I normally work. So that's very much in the pot. So what I wanted to do now is to go and wash the tree down to all this soil so I can see where all the root, where we can fit the moss, and then we start the tree together. It's a very quick and simple to do tree like this. You don't have to overthink anything, just quickly work with them. And then when, as I mentioned, styling, it says the tree will talk to you. So let's wash this out and see what we can do, and then we start the tree together. Turn your hose to a bit like a shower head, but not too strong, so you can wash this root out. You can wash it before, but I like to do it after because then now I get a chance to wash my pot, make it really clean before we can start the tree, and then you can hook on all the moss and whatever else you need. I let it drain out for a few minutes, and then I'll go back and I'll clean all these roots again, and then we will start the tree together. Okay. So very much final, just clean up all your roots that you don't need, all the soil that is still on it, just get them all out. And then what I like to do now is I'm going to dress all the space that the root doesn't look too great. All this moss, if your garden moist enough, it will grow around other trees or on your path and all that. You see how clean it is, there's no soil underneath it. It's okay, really good to fit on all these over rocks because they will bond a lot easier than any other moss. So I like to dress the tree up a little bit so it can see that it's been in the pot a little longer than like what we just did. And you see how here, we still need some of this root, but we don't want to see the ugly of all the baby roots. So we're going to cover these with beautiful moss. They like magic. It's like a makeup for women, I think. You know, lipsticks. You know, this is just moss for trees. When you do overrock, what you want to gain is all this beautiful root that is it up in open, but yet we protect it from getting dry out by using moss or better soil that it can still give the trees a bit of energy to the root too. Nothing hard with the overrock, it just needs time. So if all these trees take only a year, but say if you want to do pine and all that, it takes a lot longer. Very rewarding still. Okay. So we have the lime moss on the rocks and also some preservative moss on the bottom of the pot there. So I'm going to clean this pot out a bit and see, is the tree look any good? When we work with trees this small, it's a lot easier for us to keep the trees clean and make it look nice. I don't think we have to wire much for this tree, but if you see it here now, I'm just going to trim the tree down. Anything from the bottom, take it off. So you see the tree there, just tidy it out. Not an easy tree to make it look good. I'm going to put a few wire in and see if we can style this tree a bit better. The same thing with wiring. If you like the really detailed, watch Madam Bonsai wiring video, but if not, this is what I'm doing. So your hand, finger on the bottom, thumb on the top, gap of your wire is each finger you move, and that the gap of it too. Try to not get into the nose of everything, but it's amazing how it finds its way. Finish your wire up top. Could it happen one day I videoed this and then I break tree, David? not often that I do that, but if it happened, you guys can have a good laugh with it. So that for there, and I'll get a different gate for the other one. When you do a wiring, just try to keep as neat as you can. It means you can follow up back to where you start before. Say, I want to double these to go. Just follow exactly the same line. You guys watching this, but it's really difficult for the video man to do because my garden is so tight. To move around this garden, you need to be quite skinny and you need to be quite flexible. Poor David. Not that I'm saying you're a bit bigger than me, but a little bit. So it's a bit harder for David to walk around me to fit you guys better video. I really appreciated that. Okay, that all wire in. It's only very simple wiring for this one. With flower tree like azalea, fuchsia, anything, you just don't need to do wiring too much. You can clip and grow, and they can get quite unique in time if you love flowering. Simple tree, of course. But all these trees in time, it can get quite unique and beautiful too. They're very brittle, so when you want to move your wiring, use your finger on your left hand, thumb on the right hand, support it. So you move the wire, as you can see there. If I don't support it, I will break this quite easily because they're really, really brittle. They're worse than azalea. Normally I would have cut that off, but because it's got a few flower on it, so I'm going to keep that there, but later on you can refine it. I really appreciate it. Very, very small tree if with age on it. So think about it. It don't need to force your tree to grow faster. Just enjoy the age of the tree. And I think that the frame of the trees is good. With flower, you might want it to keep that now, but in time, to take this tree down to about that short, and we'll end up with just a little over rocks fuchsia. If you do want me to fit you more, any plant, any design, any tree, subscribe, request what you want me to do too, and then I will follow through, and looking forward to see everyone again in the next video. So I did a few today, like that one there you see. This one here too, which is this been done before, just tall tree. I cut it down, so look, this is only 2 weeks, so that already shoot out. So it's in training. Hopefully it should some branches somewhere later on. We can have a really short bonsai too. And goodbye for now, and good to see you guys all again.